If he's the one that I seen out there one day, he's small.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we can settle that in a pretty quick.
So we could take it. All three of us could take him pretty quick. You think?
Oh, I'd take him, put him in a book bag, and send him off somewhere. He's that small.
Dang.
He's not like he can ride roller coasters if he chose to. You know what I'm saying? He'd stand next to that giraffe at the hospital or the doctor's office, and he'd be just tall enough to.
What? Hold on a minute. Because you left me and Earl there. Because
Yeah.
we've been in the doctor's office, you know. So,
Yeah, and I rode roller coasters, and I didn't have to go to the
I ain't
doctor's
seen
office
no
to do it.
giraffe or what else you say? I ain't never seen none of that kind of stuff.
That's where they measure you when you.
You went to the doctor the last couple of weeks. Did you have to walk beside that giraffe and see if you was tall enough?
Yeah, it was funny because they had to fold out like an extension of his neck to get to my height. You know, so they had to make him taller. I was like, I'm pretty much the same height I always been, I reckon, you know, since I was a baby.
No wonder Tracy's got a bad attitude.
Yeah, so I was, I don't plan on going back to the doctor no more.
Well, I was thinking, you said, you know, that giraffe and all that stuff, and I was thinking about my doctor's office, and everybody in my doctor's office is at least, I don't know, 75 years old, and at one time, they might have been tall as that giraffe, but, you know, when you get older,
Shrinkage.
Yeah.
You got
you
shrinkage.
start going down,
Yeah.
like you.
Hey, you
By the time you're 80 or so, you're going to be about 5'9".
Oh, I ain't gonna make it to 80. They don't make grandpas my size, you know, or
That's a
senior
good point.
citizens my size, you know. I ain't never seen one make it past.
12.
No, they made it. I made it past that almost 3 times now, but they don't last long. They got a expiration date, kind of like milk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's coming up quick.
By the time Earl's 36, he'd been in jail, twice?
At least.
Yeah. It's what were we talking about? Oh, giraffes and measurements. There was a lady at the Dodge store, you know, not long ago that I went in there and got an oil change. Not this past time, but the time before. And she was a lady who, you know, she was like the cashier or whatever.
The clerk.
Yeah. And she is a bitch.
And you know who you are.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good chance she listens to this, and sorry, but truth
She
hurts.
ain't there no more, first of all. Second of all, I know who you're talking about. and she looks like a, I don't know, a retired Vegas hooker. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what she looks like.
Yeah.
You know, she's
I
about,
might have to ride down there and get oil change.
She was, she had to go get the paperwork to, you know, get me to pay for my car. And I said, or she got up, she said, I'll be right back. She walked around the corner and she had like a leather dress on with like leather knee-high boots.
Vegas hooker.
And so much makeup. Like, she looked like, who was that guy who did all the makeup in the Scooby-Doo cartoon, Don Knotts, when he put on different faces and whatnot? She ain't seen her regular face in years. So I don't like her. I'm glad she's gone. Speaking of which, I had an idea for a...
wait, it gets out of the red. Black. Which one?
well, we already out of the black, but...
We've been out of the black, haven't we?
Yeah, we could. What I was thinking is we could do like a pilot for a new TV show, and it basically.
Well, Earl already knows how to fly, don't you?
I know how to stack wood.
Well, all right then.
No, don't hush.
No, you're a pilot. I mean,
I was thinking.
pilot light. Ain't that what's on your oven?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I was thinking is we could recreate the Andy Griffith Show. You know, because it hadn't been done in a long. Stop it. It hadn't been done in a long time.
So I mean, let's just stop right there, cause we know who Earl is.
Yeah.
And if I'm gonna be Andy, that means you got to be Opie. That ain't gonna work.
No.
Okay.
We have to. Here's what
I
I'm
think he's
thinking.
going to be Otis.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be better off.
Here's what I'm thinking though, and I'm not trying to, you know, cast myself as the lead or anything, but I'm thinking that we flip all the characters, right? So You get to be Otis. But Otis isn't a drunk who lets himself into the...
Jail cell?
Yeah. Otis is a guy about town, out there cleaning up the streets. He's the second deputy. Barney is obviously you, Earl. So, but in this version, me being Andy is the idiot. And Barney is the smart one. And you're just trying to control all the chaos. Because I'm just getting us into shit. And Earl's got to find a way to get us out of it, and then you got to come in and be like, every at the end of every episode, you got to come in and be like, Andy, they're gonna fire you. They're gonna elect a new sheriff.
Go, Andy. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna elect a new sheriff. You keep doing this dumb shit. And we could put it on like HBO, so where we could talk like we talk or like I talk.
Like we do.
Throw some bombs out there.
Yeah, instead of being now Barn or him going Ange, be like, hey, you dumb bitch. Why you keep getting us into all this stupid shit,
Every day.
Yeah.
Every
Every
episode, we
day.
in some more shit.
But it's set in the same time period, and it's just like an alternate universe. Because we know that guy who's got the car, right? So we already got that. Don't you know that guy?
Got the car.
Yeah.
Rust, the police car from Andy's police car.
Yeah.
That guy from West
Yeah,
Memphis.
yeah,
Rust,
yeah.
Tom Rusk, him.
Oh, okay.
And we could have a second car because, three law enforcement officials in one of those cars.
Car, yeah, it ain't gonna fly.
So you guys could have the actual police car, but they won't give me, I don't even have a license, so I can't ever drive it, So, but now I got my own car, and it's like a four-wheeler, or something like that.
Four-wheeler.
Yeah.
Doom buggy.
Yeah, and you guys would just take off, to
Or we
start
need to
solving the
pause.
crime.
We need to pause everything because that sounded important.
Well, it was, but now that note was telling me, hey, I've figured out another way. It's okay.
Oh, there you go.
See, I got a damsel in distress over here at Zone 7. But she's remedied the situation temporarily, so it's no rush. Because I told her, I said, look, I got a podcast at 9. As soon as it's over, I'll be there. Now she's saying no rush. Got it.
I don't think she got it, or
Well, according to her note, she does. So,
She said it, and she put it in a message, too, so there's written documentation.
I got
can you call her and let's get her on the podcast?
Well, she's kind of working at the moment. So I don't know,
She works at Zone 7?
no.
Oh, no.
She's working on getting out of Zone 7, getting back to 6, where it's safer. I think that
At
this
least
is
in the red zone. I mean, so.
I feel like this is a pretty dang good idea, honestly. I mean,
Sound like a good idea.
Well, you're going to have to come up with some folks to play some of the other characters.
yeah, like
Ain't B.
Yeah,
Who we going to get for Ain't
Well,
B?
now
do you-
Tracy could be Ain't B.
yeah.
All right. So, and then Opie, and then who else we going to need? Barney, Andy.
Well,
Well,
we're gonna need-
we're going to need Floyd. Don't forget
Gonna
Floyd.
need Floyd.
Who was he?
Gonna
The
need-
gay barber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to need Gomer. And we're going to need all the girlfriends. And
I've got a good idea.
Thelma Lou.
what's
We don't
the
need
lady
Thelma
on the-
Lou.
we got
And
what's the switchboard operator? Sarah.
Sarah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, it's going to involve a lot of people. I don't know how many we can talk into this.
Y'all know some old people.
We are some old people.
That's why I said y'all know. We could go down to the cross street over here to the
Data Bridge.
nursing plant and see who.
so who's available?
Yeah,
who we can wheel around?
Yeah, who's still got their wherewithal to just
Well, that's what we'd have to do. We'd have to interview them. See who could, well, first of all, who can remember what we're going to do.
Yeah.
First of all, us included.
Right.
And then, like you say there, we're at the alcohol. What'd you say?
We're at the alcohol. I knew you'd end up there.
We're at the alcohol. Whatever you said. We'll talk to them. Let's go to that nice nursing home. Let's not go to that rusty ass nursing home.
Well, now you're going to have to pay more if you
I was
go
gonna
now.
say, we go to the dusty one over there, then we can get somebody for free. Hell, they'll probably just
get
let
them out of there for a
Yeah,
half hour.
that's right.
They'll probably just let us have one of them.
I saw one break out there. There's a Dollar General right around the corner.
Yeah.
Right there. I seen one break out there. Eddie Walker, there he went up through the
Oh, they
sidewalk.
go. They go up there all the time. I see them.
That's what you don't want them, though. You can't have them getting loose. Like, that could be an
No, you got the thing. I don't know nothing about all this, but if I just put an ankle monitor on them.
Mm-hmm.
If you got within, I don't know if you was 100 yards away from the place, it'd go off and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like it'd shock them, so. Well, you don't want them.
Well, that's a good idea. And that way they just kind of crumble right there where they at, and then you go pick them up.
You go get them, and that's right. I mean,
it's like catch and release fishing. We caught them, and then they got out of the boat. Now we got to go fish them back in.
get them back in.
Yeah, just a mild shock though, like a dog collar for like a what is that little
For an
small,
ankle. That's right.
What's the small dog? Little like a shock for like a seahorse. You know what I'm saying?
Shot for a seahorse.
I ain't never rode a seahorse with you. I don't think I've ever
Can't
seen
get a saddle
seahorse.
on the dang thing.
They have them apparently. Either that or they just always talk about them in cartoons. And
A
anyway.
lot of stuff, I'm just going to tell you, you may not know, but a lot of stuff in cartoons ain't real.
Yeah, I figured that out once.
I tell you, that dang Acme company, that ain't no real company, because I tried to buy some shit. I was going to buy me one of them big anvils. I mean, and one of them things that you can put up on the side of a mountain, like a tunnel. And
Well, do you know what the word acme means?
I know one thing. Teenage boys don't like it because it gets all over them. They don't like it with the shit.
No.
Get greased up and stuff. They tell you don't eat no pizza if you go because the acme will come out on you and stuff.
What does it stand for? Is it like an acronym?
No.
What? Whoa, what?
It was the answer to a clue in a crossword puzzle a couple of weeks ago. And I didn't know it until the time. I'd always heard the name, but I thought it was just a name.
Yeah.
But it's actually a word that has a meaning. And the clue was at the top.
So it wasn't. It was Acme, not Apex.
Correct.
Did you put the wrong? Did you put Apex?
Oh,
in
I
there?
went straight to Apex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Well, that
that's
ain't
why
right.
I have that Janet's Fix-It tool.
Racer.
Yeah,
yeah,
one of them
yeah.
big pink pearl erasers.
It was like it was a 4-letter word, yeah. And it started with an A, and that's how you knew it had to be. Yeah, so it wasn't credit.
I apexed the hell out of it, and then I was confused for a while till I said, "Well, that can't be right." And I was right.
It wasn't right.
It wasn't right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the next one that was down there? They're like, animal in the jungle. And you're like, platypus, but that's too many letters. And it was panther. And then you're like, so it is apex. Anyway, it's a crossword puzzle joke nobody's going to get.
Me and Earl, we didn't get it.
That's all right. It wasn't a great joke, but I thought it'd
So,
be all right.
what was we talking about?
Chinese people.
Yeah, little short Chinese people that go, "Oh, no."
We picked up some at the airport the other day. Not we, some people from the office picked them up and brought them back to the office, and then another little fella had to take them back to their hotel. And apparently they were very, very tired.
So, what hotel they stay in?
I don't know. I didn't take them. I think
In Seneca?
no, somewhere.
Oh, they ain't a hotel in Walhalla, is it? Or Westminster?
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, there is one in Westminster. I forgot about that one. That's Randy's.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Randy.
I think they were staying somewhere in Greenville. I'm not sure, but apparently on the ride back they got very, very tired and had to take a nap. And
Well, over there in China, they every day about 1:30. I think everybody there takes a nap.
I think
Daily
you might
news.
have that country confused with Mexico.
Mexico
or
does that too.
Yeah.
That makes more sense
It does to me.
they
because you got I don't know 1.7 billion people taking that at the same time. I don't know how you can do
How
that.
you can sleep. Half of them snore.
Yeah. So
that's where they get all them tsunamis from.
Oh.
yeah.
It causes. Here's how you get a tsunami. You got poles right up in the north and the south, and then when they're magnetic, and that's what causes the world to spin. Right. It's like an axis.
You want
He's
you
trying
want
to
something?
do
You want,
science.
I start saying you want something to ride on.
And then when it gets when
We
there-
ain't real good at science, so you just hang on.
I can tell.
when there's a thunderstorm and it's very loud, then it messes up the
Polar reaction.
Yeah. Not polar bear reactions, but like the pole magneticity.
Vortex.
Of the world. And then the water comes aboard the shore.
It flips, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing. So you got your North Pole and you got your South Pole. Mm-hmm. But you ain't got none on the sides. What you gonna put on the side? Your East Pole and the West Pole? You're gonna need some over there to equalize. That's the reason the world is spinning at a pretty good rate.
It can't find its pole, can
Well,
it?
that's right. And these things are just keeping it spinning. These things right here could slow it down, speed it up, like that. But we ain't got them on there.
Yeah. We ain't got no, what we ain't got on the sides, no stabilizing bars, so it should just wobbling a little bit.
She does wobble.
And then the Earth is a planet. So the
One
Chinese,
of several.
the
That
Chinese,
we know about. I mean,
were taking their little naps, and they were.
so they when you said they were taking a nap on the way back to Greenville over there to the hotel.
Yeah.
Was they? Cause they little fellas. Was they stretched out in the back seat long ways or?
I don't know. The only thing I know about it for sure is they fell asleep, and then they don't. You know how like when babies moo or whatever when they're getting tired.
Yeah, I hear them moo a lot.
They don't do it the same way. They sound different.
Sound like more like a cat.
No, there's like
You say they move.
yeah, babies moo. It's like
That's what they do?
yeah, it's kind of like ooh, I'm tired. And then the Chinese people don't do it like that. They go oh.
Well, they mooing in Chinese.
Yeah, I guess that's the difference. Skilly would know. He's from China. I wonder what happened with that. Why do that wasn't gonna make no sense.
Why do Chinese have big old bulging eyes? I don't know.
He's got. It's funny how you get different animals from different parts of the world. Reckon all the animals were all at one place at one time, other than Noah's boat.
They were when God created Earth.
Yep.
I mean, well, he didn't start. I'm gonna throw some African antelopes over here, and I'm gonna throw some platypuses over here. It's all one spot right there.
Was the world at one time all of the land connected?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
And then tsunamis came and tore it apart.
Yep.
And here's how you get a tsunami. Well, no, we already did that.
We already did that.
yeah. One thing I know about is you got to realize too is that the when the Earth was out, back when it was all land all together, the moon up there, something happened up there,
Yeah. That's got something to do with it, too.
pulled
Tsunamis,
apart the
yeah.
land. It might have been when Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, went to the moon. Yeah. They.
Oh, me.
Oh, I saw him. They made a movie about it. Him and that little alien boy riding to space or whatever and landed on the moon.
Yeah,
He was a great cyclist. He pedaled so fucking fast.
but,
he got to the moon.
he had one of them bicycles, had a little basket on the front.
Yeah.
That's where you carry E.T.
Yeah.
Well, that's you know what E.T.'s you know what E.T.'s sister's name is?
D.T.
She was a slut. It was easy.
Now,
Speaking of that, have we ever told you about the time Earl saved this lady's life?
E.T.
Earl done a lot of stuff.
moved different than normal. He was like, pointing his finger at people,
And plus his finger's about, I don't know, a foot long.
Yeah.
Long,
Just
yeah.
like
And didn't it light up at the end? Didn't it have a
yeah,
light on
just something like that. He could touch somebody and they'd be all healed up.
Oh, healed up.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let him touch me, but
Well, you would if you wanted to be healed up. Like if you fell out off that bicycle and it way up there toward the moon, by the time you landed, you'd be hurt. Well, easy, E.T., he'd come up there, he'd just touch you. You'd be all better.
that might be actually pretty helpful with this arthritis. Maybe he could just, but I'll just touch my arm or something. Don't touch.
So
Don't molest me.
you got arthritis, you say?
Yep.
You got arthritis. He's half our age,
Pretty sure,
and
yeah.
he got arthritis. Where'd you get that at, first of all?
It's hereditary, ain't it?
It's a debilitating disease, and it isn't. It's kind of a motherfucker, honestly.
It's a what kind of disease?
It's not diabetes. It's not affiliated with that, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I don't have that, which would beg, which you would think, oh, he got it,
Yeah, I can tell he ate up that.
Yeah. So what lady did you save?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet you don't remember. Where I don't. You got Earl, so
I met him. Yeah.
It doesn't surprise you about Earl.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he's flew fighter jets over, I don't know, Russia, and stuff like that. And so me and Earl.
Yeah, in the Navy.
Yeah, yeah.
All
You
the
sound
good
like
old
to
days.
me, you was undercover Navy. That's what it sounded like.
Well, I was under something. I ain't sure what I was under, but
Well, it wasn't water.
So, and I've seen him saved. Did he ever tell you about the time he rescued 3 uncircumcised German shepherds and a drain?
I do think he has told that story.
Okay. Well, and he don't ever want you. Earl won't. He ain't gonna tell you about himself.
He's modest.
Yeah, he won't talk. He's what? Honest? Well, sure he is.
Yeah.
He's a good boy.
he never told a lie.
Yeah. So, me and Earl, we somewhere. I don't remember.
At an undisclosed location.
Yeah, and what had happened was we had been out somewhere and we was headed back to the car. Well, headed back to the car, we had to walk across this bridge. And then when I say bridge, it wasn't but I don't know, 50 yards long or something like that. But it was a high bridge.
Like when you plug in.
Yeah. And so we was walking headed back to the car on this bridge, and we just, going, staggering on back, trying to get in the car.
Keyword being staggering.
And there was a woman up on the side. I guess she's getting ready to jump.
She's going to jump.
Yeah.
She done had her mind
And
made
she
up.
was right handsome woman, too. And I says to Earl, Earl, with that one, she going to jump. Earl says, wonder why? I said, well, I don't know. Why don't you go ask her? And he did. Mm-hmm. He said, ma'am, excuse me. Can I ask you a question? Yes, what is it?
The hell
Ma'am, what's wrong? You think to jump? Yes, I am. Earl says, well, why? I said, Earl said, I don't really understand what you're doing here. And so Earl jumped up on the bridge with her. I said, oh, shit, I hope Earl ain't going to jump. And so, and now I'm close enough. I can hear this conversation with Earl and this woman. And Earl said, well, if it's that bad, how about you just giving me the biggest, wettest, sloppiest kiss you can do? And she said, well, okay. And she did. She turned around at Earl and gave him the biggest, wettest, sloppiest kiss you ever seen.
Bam.
And Earl says to her, wow. Says, I don't want you to jump. And she says, well, I'm going to have to. He said, what is so bad? He said, my parents hate me. Earl said, why? And she said, they hate me. He said, I can't understand why your parents would hate you. Well, they don't like it when I dress up like a woman.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
I said, Earl, I'm going to the car. So,
Yeah.
All right, now I said, I'm going to beat you there.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Earl
So-
took off running.
yeah, both of us took off running.
Yeah. That fella right there caught you and
Oh, yeah. Ain't nothing telling what he had done to Earl, because he wouldn't call me.
that's what, like, if ever get in that situation, you have to run. Like, it's very seldom now that you have to run. But, like, if you did, I know I'm going to be at the back of whoever's running. Like, I'm going to be behind them.
Yeah.
And so I just start yelling, tell my story. And then I know that they're going to screw it up because whatever animal catches me and eats me, they're going to be like, yeah, well, he's running and he's fat, so he got ate.
Full K, couldn't keep up.
Yeah, I couldn't keep up.
Yeah,
and
that's not the story I wanted you to tell. I wanted you to say he sacrificed himself for me.
He saved us. He stopped midway and said, "Whoa!" And about that time, the grizzly bear ate him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got him right in the face.
yeah, got him like a chicken bone. Just shoot him up.
Like that time that monkey ripped that lady's face off over at Michael Jackson's house or whatever.
Yeah. Well, first of all,
Bit her face off.
yeah.
You can't be having monkeys as pets. Even them little ones. There's a couple people around here who have them little tiny ones as a pet.
Monkeys
One of them's a damn service animal. It's got a little vest it wears.
says service.
Yeah, it says animal. And then there's another, the other side of the vest says don't pet it. I'm like, oh, it's a monkey. I'm not touching it.
So first of all, the company that makes them vests,
Mm-hmm.
I bet they don't make a whole lot of money because it's a little bitty vest to start with. Second of all,
You got to sell them for
how many? You got, yeah, I was to say they sell 7 a year.
Yeah,
so,
7.
Yeah.
But they make 10.
Yeah, oh, that's
Just
right.
to be
Well, you got to
safe.
have some in case one of them rips or something.
Yeah.
Or in case he
there
rips
was a-
somebody's face off and gets blood on it or something like that.
I was in Walmart one day and I went around the corner. I was getting like deodorant or toothpaste or something like that. So I was in that section.
Hair gel.
And yeah, from my face. And I went around the corner and I glanced up an aisle. I was like, no, that's not the right aisle. And then I stopped because I saw somebody with a buggy. And I kind of leaned back and just peeked back around the corner. And there was a lady who had a buggy with nothing in it and one of those little tiny monkeys on her shoulder. And I was like, this, you thought you were buying a parrot or a bird? Like, that's not what this is.
The monkey.
Yeah, you got some, this one's got a tail. And it had a long tail too. It was like a foot long. I'm sitting there thinking, he wraps that thing around her neck, she's going to heaven.
Or hell.
Yeah. And if he gets loose, you ain't never going to catch him in here. Hell, he going to be swinging from the rafters and running across the top of the shelves and probably getting on one of them little skateboards and just flying down through the aisles. Opening up toys he shouldn't have,
Not age appropriate.
Yeah, yeah. Or unless he actually is really smart and he goes over there and opens up like a deck of cards and just sits down, Indian style with his legs crossed and just starts playing solitaire by himself. I could see that.
That's what my poor mama does, plays solitaire. I went in there one day, she was playing solitaire. Nanny, are you winning? She said, no. I gathered the
Somebody
cards.
cheat.
I gathered the cards up and was going to shuffle them to play rummy. It wasn't about that thick. I said, Nanny.
Where's the rest of
I
the cards?
counted them out, and there was only like 40 cards there.
Yeah.
No wonder you can't win, Nanny.
Somebody cheating.
And there was 12 cards missing out of that deck. We ended up finding them all stuffed down in the damn chair.
12 that you needed too.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna play solitaire, you pretty much
gonna
need them all.
You need about every one of them.
Yeah.
So.
She got a tail? No, I feel like some people do have tails.
Josh had
had a tail.
Yeah.
He cut off.
Tail had to get cut off at the hospital over there.
But
Listen, how long ago was that been? 10 years.
No.
Probably
Been longer than that.
No.
It's probably been 5.
About 2 years.
4, 3.
Well, hell, Josh ain't he ain't been in a podcast in I don't know 6 years.
So,
No.
it's been a long time.
It's been Earl things is longer than you think.
No, things ain't as long as you think.
Like,
It's been more than any darn 2 years, Earl.
You getting old and senile. That's what's going on.
Well, anyway, I wonder if he hadn't have got that thing cut off, how long would it be out? Sticking out
It'd
about that
have to
far?
get new breeches.
He would.
Yeah.
He'd be out that far, you think?
Yeah, easy.
I think
But he's a big boy. He couldn't throw it around no branch and pull himself up, could he?
Not unless it's one hell of a tail.
yeah, no, that's got to have some high tensile in it or whatever. What do they put in reindeers' mouths when they? What are you doing to them?
When they feed them to who?
Like reindeers when they strap them up to the sleigh or whatever with tinsel or whatever.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. I thought tinsel's what you put on the Christmas tree.
Oh, yeah. That's what they do. But I
I
thought it
thought
was.
tinsel was what you wrapped up leftover food in.
No, tinfoil. That's what you thinking of. You was
Never mind.
saran wrap.
I don't like that saran wrap. That shit gets to sticking to itself, and you can't.
Yeah.
You try to get it open this way, and it folds up this way. And you open it up, and it folds up. That shit.
Well, what pisses me off after you use it one time, like you say, it all gets crumbled up, and you can't hardly get it straight back out to put on nothing else.
Yeah.
So
Who-
that man that invented that right there.
He knew what he was doing.
Well,
he said, they're going to have to throw this shit away and buy some more.
Here's the thing. That man that invented that clingy wrap stuff and invented side post batteries, they got a special place in hell. And they're going to sit in their whole eternity in there changing out batteries and trying to get that clingy shit straightened out.
Mm-hmm.
So you better be thinking about what you invent.
What you invent, that's
So-
right.
Hey, I don't think we should do inventions.
I don't think we'll do dimensions. What'd you say?
I've
Is that what he said?
already got that.
Inventions.
Yeah.
Oh, inventions.
I thought about inventing some stuff one time, and I was like, I ain't smart enough for that.
You have to do science.
Yeah.
We did some science a while ago about the Earth. Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah, it made all kind of sense, too.
People, all they got to do is sit around and think about stuff, and then you can figure it out normally.
Yeah, if you think on it long enough.
Well, that's what scientists are. I mean, what are the people that think about space and like try to figure it out? What are they called?
Astronauts.
No, they go to space. What are the ones that, you know who I'm talking about?
Astrologists.
Yeah.
I thought then one tells you about what's going to happen in your life 24 years from now.
No, them damn hypnotologists.
Yeah. That's just,
I mean, well, they hypnotize your ass.
they just sit there and they think about stuff. Like, it's like
Did you say
theoretical.
astrologist? Astrologist?
Ast.
Archaeologist. What is it?
A-S-T.
Ast. That ain't even no word, Earl. Ast.
Oh, well, you ain't done enough crossword puzzles. It is a word.
Oh, never mind then. Asta. That's that. Ain't that the dog on? Not George Jefferson. What's that other George up there in space?
Judson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Ain't that their dog named Asta?
No.
Hell, it was damn too, Earl.
It's Astro.
Well, Astro.
He's boy dog from Mexico. I thought the astrologist was the guy who checks your poop out or whatever. Y'all heard that thing where you shit in a box now?
God almighty. Wait a minute. Let's get back up and start over with something different.
And then you send it off somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, first
Can
of
you
all,
imagine, Bab, your job is to be the mail getter at your place.
we got 58 boxes for you.
Let's open these all up and see what we got.
And you know some assholes in there making jokes. Like, Steve, how many? Not Steve, sorry. Dwayne,
Smell this.
what you got there? You got 6 fresh boxes? He's like, you wonder what's in them. He's like, well, Don, it's probably shit.
It's going to be a shitty day.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
that's the
they
thing.
make
If
it
I,
them
sent,
jokes.
if I sent one back, I wouldn't send it back. I'd wrap up that box like a present.
Yeah.
Oh, we got something different here. Oh, boy, what's this?
You know, listen, you know what's happened. Some idiot has decided, like, all right, I need to get my poop checked or something. So they order this box, and they're like, they're gonna send. He's explaining it to his wife. He's like, they're gonna send me this box, and I'm gonna poop in it, and I'm gonna seal it back up, and mail it back to him. She said, you can't mail shit. You can't do that.
The post office, that's hazardous material. Post office ain't gonna take that.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna know about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it back in this box. But then, you know, he forgot about it for a couple of days, and then he was like, "I guess I better poop in that box and get that thing sent back off. Make sure there's, you know, poop coming out of me." And then he remembered, "Damn, what'd I do with that lid?" So you know what he went? Went and got some Saran wrap.
Saran wrap.
Yeah.
And then got some tinsel and tied it around it. And he said,
And a reindeer took it on to
"Yeah." He said, "I guess this will work."
First of all, you know, when they put out an ad for the guy that's gonna open these boxes,
Oh,
I mean,
I would see that job description.
yeah. How did you get hired for this? Now, now part of your job is. Well, wait a minute. You mean I gotta open up a box of shit?
just in the interview.
And the second question is, well, how much does it pay?
Yeah.
I might can do it if the pay's right.
Yeah. Well, listen, you gonna make almost $19 an hour. Oh, well, shit. Yes, sir.
Well, that's what they're telling him, and even the guy doing the interview knows he can't, this can't be serious. Like, I can't.
Say,
You
like,
ain't gonna sell this job.
Yeah.
You know what? He's like, well,
But now we got benefits.
Yeah, benefits. That's what you got. You got a hammer on the benefits.
yeah.
And all of your rectal screening, it's comp. I mean, you ain't got to send the box in. We can do it right here.
Yeah, you just shit in the box right here.
Go in that closet right there.
But he's like,
God Almighty.
Take his box. That closet? Yes, sir. Just go in that closet.
that's you mean the bathroom? Like, no, that's a little
No.
closet. Yeah.
Now, go back a couple of years and think about the doctors that are sitting around in his room. Thinking,
Invented this shit.
how can we improve the damn rectal cancer screening process?
But you
Hey,
get,
buddy, sit that in.
I got an idea. What is it? Let's get people to send their shit.
Yeah, instead of them coming here and
What do
doing
you mean send it to
People
us?
shit.
You mean bring it to us? No, mail it to us. What? You can't.
and then everybody in the room is
You
acting.
wonder why we can't get in the
Everybody in the room is acting just like y'all acting when they hear that idea.
Yeah, they laugh so hard they can't even get another word out.
Then a couple days
What do you
later,
mean? Send your shit in through the mail? You've got to be kidding.
a couple days later, they reconvene. They're like, we got to figure out how we can do this better. And the guy raises his hand again. He's like,
Let's be serious.
I'm just saying, And he pulls out a box and he says, if someone, you can do it right here, right now, or just hear me out, they can do it at home. Then they can mail it to us.
In their own bathroom.
Then,
They're going to like that better.
rather than us sitting there waiting on them to shit in the office, we'll hire some dumbass to open up all these boxes and test them.
Oh man!
And then that's what they said. Okay, Frank.
Okay.
So
Let's just go with it for a minute, Frank.
what are we going to pay this unboxer,
Tester.
Unboxer.
And then Frank goes, shit ton of money.
$19.
Hell, and a lot of benefits. Oh man!
I can't believe that somebody is out there just.
How much postage you have to put?
It depends. It depends.
Yeah. No. First of all, is it like the rest of the paint? Got to weigh it?
Yeah, I think you do.
And then measure that box?
All
right. Well, you're going to need 57 cents.
Could you imagine getting the box, being like, I need to do this, getting the box, then shitting in the box, then sealing it back up, and then riding to the post office, and on the outside it says shit in the box, and you're like,
You're holding it like this. People know something's up.
hey, I gotta.
People in the post office, sir, you can't mail hazardous material. I know. Why? What do you say?
Yeah.
What do you got in that box? Shit.
This has got a prepaid label on it. I just need y'all to send it. And like,
No, I ain't touching that.
it weighs too much. I think you did too much. Like, you just needed a sample.
You can't shit always.
He's like,
Just one.
you can't be in here compounding shit.
The guy opens up the shit. He called you and said, "Hey, asshole, you can't one shit. That's what you put in there. That's enough. Yeah, you use it all weekend. What you ate? Taco Bell? Taco Bell? What the hell? This box is it's oozing out the sides.
Oh God Almighty!
Well, I'll just clean up around the house. Matter of fact, I'll let my dog shit in.
What if they had a what is that thing where you do a school nearby was like, hey, we're gonna do job shadowing.
Go to work with Daddy.
I'm going to work with my dad. What's he do? Well, he works at the company that People send shit to him.
He opens shit.
He's the one that opens it up.
And they did that one time, and then that child passed out, and they were like, "No more children in
No,
here."
yeah.
No.
Can't bring no kids to work with you.
What do you do after you test it?
Yeah.
Like, you can't just discard it immediately if there's an issue. Like, well, we ran the test didn't go through. We got to double check it. How many fucking feet of shelving do they have in this place?
To line that up, and then they got to put everybody's name on it.
Yeah.
Well, that ain't gonna be no. And what about this man? He wanted to take his kid to work, but last year he took his kid to work, and that's where he worked at the pie factory.
Yeah.
His kid said, "I'm going to work with you, Dad." Oh shit! This ain't gonna be good.
Shit.
This ain't gonna be good.
This ain't gonna be like it was last time.
Yeah, Dale, we ain't testing the same kind of things we used to test.
I'm like you. When they got a I don't know a meat thermometer they put in there and check it and say, oh this is too hot right here. They can't get it out of here. Or this is bad right here. Who's this person? Somebody call them. Tell them, hey, this ain't good. So and plus if it's bad, what do?
I couldn't hold it.
You got the shit company calling you saying, listen, you got the bad shit.
You got bad shit.
So well, what am I supposed to do about it? Well, we don't know that. We just test your shit. I ain't bad.
Yeah. Like, so should I go see a doctor? He's like, you ought to call somebody. He said, not us, though. Don't send that shit back to us.
More tissue.
Or a fireman? You got any firemen near your house or anything?
I couldn't imagine. I mean, you can do, like, all kind of stuff with that now. Like when they were doing COVID, you had to, get tested or whatever, and then you could, like, mail it in, and then they'd tell you in a couple of days if you had it. I'm like, what?
Well, hell, I'm over it by the time I found out I had it.
Yeah. It's like, hey, shove this Q-tip deep up your nose, tickle your brain, and then put it in an envelope and just huck it back to the CDC, and we'll let you know sooner than later.
And then about 2 weeks later, well, you ain't really got to do all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were just kidding about that, but a lot of people did it.
A lot of people did it. They're like, hey, we'll mail you the real long Q-tip. You do the thing, mail it back. Somebody got confused. They were going to do both tests, They just shit in the envelope and sent that to the CDC.
Put that Q-tip in there with it.
Put the Q-tip in the shit box.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy's not going to make it.
Yeah, and the guy opens up shit and says, what the hell is this? A Q-tip? What's this for?
But the guy at the CDC opened up an envelope full of shit, and he goes, motherfucker, they did it again.
Did it again to me. Plus,
COVID's worse than we thought.